Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I hope you are having a great day. Today's stories includes cheating, relationship problems, betrayal and toxic family members. Be aware. Am I the idiot for distancing myself from my daughter after she took her mother's side? By Snooels8297. I, 50, male, found out that my wife, 49, female, of 20+ years, was having an affair. I was completely hurt over this, and have started divorce proceedings. Obviously, this has been hard on our 4 children, but I cannot spend the rest of my life with someone I can't trust. Before we got married, my wife's family had money and demanded I sign a prenup. I had no problem, but since then the family money has been lost due to bad investments and lawsuits. My wife was a stay-at-home mom for the majority of our marriage. Our youngest child is 19 and because of the prenup, she can't get alimony. In short, my wife will be screwed. The only thing we own together was our house, and while it is paid off, my wife won't be able to afford the upkeep or homeowners association fees, so she will effectively be homeless. I have no intention of giving her any type of support for any reason. Since serving my wife divorce papers, I have refused direct contact, as my lawyer has advised, but she's now playing dirty by getting the children involved. We have 2 boys, 23 and 21, and 2 girls, 25 and 19, and my wife has been pleading with them to get me to agree to halt the divorce proceedings in favor of counseling. After I told my children that I had no interest wasting any more of my life with that woman, they have all essentially backed off, except for my oldest, Christy. She's very close to her mother and can't imagine life where her parents aren't married. Christy tells me that her mother realizes her mistake and will do whatever it takes to make things right. She says that I owed it to, quote, the family, to work things out. I refused and told her that it wasn't her place to make those kinds of demands. Since then the only time Christy talks to me is when she's sobbing and asking me to not to destroy the family. I understand that this is hard for her and offered to pay for therapy so she can cope, but she said there wouldn't be anything to cope with if I wasn't trying to divorce her mother. Since Christy is being too emotional to act within reason and refused therapy, I have been resolved to limit contact until after the divorce. However, my other children are saying that Christy's behavior is getting worse. So am I the idiot for taking a step away from my daughter for a while? Info. OP, do you know if your wife is manipulating your daughter? Your daughter may be being used by her mother. I think offering to find her a therapist is great. Your daughter's mental health seems to be in bad condition. She very well could have been struggling for some time and your upcoming divorce was too much to handle. She seems like she really needs help, but maybe another family member would be better to help her as she will be resistant to you. I wish you the best of luck. Oh, I fully believe that my ex-wife is trying to manipulate our children. That's why I want them to go to therapy and I'm offering to pay. I want someone who's qualified to help navigate emotions, but Christy doesn't want to. If you by any chance, asked by your oldest with the same question and given shit reasoning again, just ask her this: so you don't care about my feelings, only your mother's? For your daughter to be siding with the wrong one, is the proof that your daughter is mentally sick as well. Sorry. Even though that's how I'm starting to feel, I don't feel comfortable saying that to my daughter, especially with how upset that she is now. And that's why I want us, me and the kids, to go to therapy. I feel like a therapist can better communicate that without making anyone feel bad. Update for more info. Alright, I read a couple of responses, and I just wanted to clarify some things. 1. Clearly she will effectively be homeless, comment was misinterpreted, so let me set the record straight. Because my wife and I own the house together, so long as we sell the house and split the proceeds, she'll get something. 2. My wife didn't give up her career to raise my children. We could have hired a nanny, but she didn't want that and chose to be a stay-at-home mom for our children. Because of her family money, she was getting a monthly allowance from the estate, plus, I paid for a housekeeper to make things easier on her. 3. Once my wife reached 30, she started getting a monthly allowance from the family estate, and the prenup addressed that, so I couldn't claim half. In exchange she couldn't get alimony. 4. I didn't want my children to get involved in the divorce. My wife decided to do that, and even brought up the reason why as a form of a preemptive strike. I only talk about the divorce when someone else brings it up, which Christy wants to do all the time. 5. I am not, quote, abandoning my daughter. I am just lowering contact with her until the divorce is finalized, because she's not letting up on trying to pressure me into taking her mother back, and refuses to go to therapy that I will pay for. 6. Also to the comments asking why my wife cheated, it's a little offensive. I don't know how that changes anything, or that I should care. However, the guy that she cheated on me with was younger, looked like he couldn't be any older than 30, so take that information and do what you will. Well, I don't think you're the idiot, OP, and I think you're doing the right thing by offering help to your daughter. I think she's getting too involved in a situation that's between you and her mother. I get that this decision is affecting her and her siblings. I mean, parents getting divorced can affect children, no matter what age they are. Even if they are adults and have their own life, for the couple's children, and most of the time, divorce sucks. And I understand and respect her pain, but she's not respecting you, your pain, your choices. She just wants you to go back to a marriage that you have been cheating on, lied to and deceived, so she can have her fantasy of a happy family. And that is just wrong. Normally, I would suggest for you to talk to your ex, so you two could try to do what is best to your daughter, but unfortunately, looks like she is taking advantage of this situation. Making daughter take her side is just one thing. I don't doubt she is also trying to guilt trip you on giving the marriage another chance, saying is the only way to help daughter. Do not fall for that, OP, do not fall, you are doing the best for you right now. Also, no one is saying that she or her siblings should disown her mother, or anything like that, just to respect your choices, after such a huge betrayal, something that she would probably do if the situation was reverse. You have every right to set boundaries for people who don't respect you and your decisions, even your kids. And remember, no matter how many times they try to guilt trip you, nothing of this is your fault. And what did you guys think of this situation? What would you do in OP's shoes? What advice would you give him on how to deal with his daughter? Don't forget to leave your thoughts down below. Now, let's go read OP's replies in the comments, giving us more info about this situation, before we go to the update. Not the idiot, gently remind your daughter it was your wife who destroyed the marriage by having an affair. The divorce is the result of her actions. If she still refuses to listen, then step away. She is an adult, not a child. She can handle her emotions on her own, as an adult, through therapy. Go and de-stress yourself. That's exactly what I was trying to do, then I offered therapy, and now I'm stepping away until the divorce is over as a final action. Not the idiot, but some of these replies are completely off base. First, your wife is selfish for cheating, the end. There was no excuse for it, she made this mess. Your daughter on the other hand is also a victim of her mother's actions though, so are your other children. Your ex destroyed their family too. It doesn't matter if they're grown, you both are still their parents. Divorce affects the whole family, it's not just between you and your ex, that couldn't be more wrong. I've been in this situation before, though I was younger, and the belief that it has nothing to do with your kids is false. Christy is in pain and her mother is using her vulnerability to manipulate her, and to attempt to manipulate you, because her actions are causing her world to crash down around her. As if cheating isn't bad enough, this is despicable. Hopefully once all is said and done, Christy will come around. In the meantime, it's probably best not to talk to her. Once the divorce is final, you might consider reaching out, so you don't lose her forever. That's the plan. I'm only keeping my distance until the divorce is finalized. Not the idiot, your wife chose to cheat instead of coming to you and saying that she was not happy in the marriage and asking for marriage therapy. Now it is too late for that. And since the kids are all adults, I would not feel bad about not giving her anything. She will need to reinvent herself and get a job. I would just let your daughter know you will pay for her therapy if she wants it, but that you can't do any more than that. Yes, I have no problem paying for therapy for my children. Not the idiot, she is alienating you from your children, and it's borderline emotional abuse to allow them to be the go-between. They are adults and can make their own choices, but for her to use them to deliver communication is wrong. If the house is shared property, then it can be sold and the money can be divided. You won't be leaving her homeless. That's exactly what I intend to do. I already got everything I wanted and needed from inside the house. Not the idiot, your wife didn't care about her family when she was getting in bed with the other person, so now that she has effectively destroyed her family, then she needs to deal with the consequences. Your daughter needs to understand that happiness and having a healthy mental state is above toxic family. And you guys? Do you agree with the comments? Would you advise anything else to OP? Don't forget to leave your comments down below. Now let's go to the update. Oh, and I hope you are enjoying the video so far. If so, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notifications to know when a new video is out. Now let's go to the update. Update, I just wanted to say that I was very grateful to all your kind words and support in how to deal with my daughter. I decided to follow some of your advice and have a scheduled sit down with her to explain that what goes on between her mother and I is not her fault, and that I simply can't ever go back to a woman who deceived me in such a big way. I told her that I try to be as forgiving and empathetic as possible, but I will not ever tolerate people who lie with malicious and selfish intent, and try to cut them out of my personal life as much as possible. Good. I was very calm when I said this and tried to be as loving as I could to my child, but it didn't work. Christy ended up breaking down, and again tried to convince me not to divorce her mother and just forgive her. I refused and in the end went no contact with Christy for a little bit. I only spoke to her again 2 days before my other daughter's, Jane, 20 female, birthday, through a text, asking her to not bring up the divorce, since this was going to be the first time my wife and I would be in each other's presence since I filed. I sent the same text to her mother, and I didn't hear anything from either or them. On Jane's birthday, things were a little tense and awkward, but I thought it was going good, until my wife decided to be passive-aggressive, with a speech about how good it is to have family together during important events. Everyone saw through her crap and my son, Jack, 23 male, called her out on it and said that she was selfish to bring this up on Jane's birthday. Christy started defending her mother and Jane, understandably upset, revealed that the only reason Christy was on their mother's side for reconciliation was because she didn't want the fact that she not only knew about the affair, but helped her mother cover it up. Oh my God. There was a big fight that wasn't going to get resolved right then and there. I ended up leaving and was even more heartbroken all over again. I bet. Not only did my wife betray me but my own daughter too? Yeah, OP, I'm so sorry. I knew she was closer to her mother than me, and I was okay with that, but this? I don't know what I did to make my eldest daughter so disloyal to me, but I am now resolved to go full no contact with her until after the divorce and possibly for the rest of my life. Oh my God, I didn't expect this. I really didn't expect this. Part of me wants to say that I understand the fear of the oldest daughter if when she discovered about her mother's affair was afraid to tell her dad about it, with fear that this would end their marriage, and kept it a secret so she wouldn't be blamed on for the end of it. Keep her mother's affair a secret was not a good thing to do, but I would understand if that was the case, since unfortunately, we do hear about stories of people being more upset with the person who given them the bad news, than the ones who are doing them wrong. So if it was it, I would have given Christy some slack. But no. Not only she hid the affair, she helped her mom continue to cheat on her dad, she covered for her. What the hell? That's too much, that's really disgusting, and kind of unforgivable, but she is still OP's daughter, and if he eventually wants to forgive her, that is his choice. So I really think that if he wants the possibility of in the future have some kind of relationship with his daughter, he need to go no contact with her now. Because right now he needs time to process all this, time to grieve, time to heal, and he can't do it with her in his life right now. Also, all the crying, all the sadness, wasn't because she thought her parents' marriage was worth another chance, but because of her guilt, only because of that. Good God, she really is her mother's daughter. I'm so sorry, OP. And what do you guys think of this update? Do you agree with OP's decision? What else would you advise him to do? Don't forget to leave your thoughts down below. And that's it for today, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time.